everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation, and our Paws On Animation segment.
In today's podcast, we're covering the light novel series of My Hero Academia, simply titled School Briefs.
Now, this phenomenal writer, Anari Yoshi, shows Class 1A and Class B in the slice of life mundane situations. And the cast is not involved in the villain battle of the main manga, and this one's kind of a mixed idea.
Yes. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and catch plays on future podcasts and other pause videos.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And from what we understand, most of the illustrations are done by Horikoshi.
Yes. And if not for that, this entire book would be pictureless. It's just all words. Now, the idea behind it doesn't sound so bad. It's like, okay, what do some of the students do when they're not fighting for their lives in the main series? And majority of the time, it's not done well in other shows and movies because the most exciting part is seeing them be a superhero. It's something that takes a little great writing touch to make the mundane things exciting to watch just because, or read just because they're superheroes. You want to see how they do things. And for School Briefs, unfortunately, it's only halfway committed to the idea. As of making this podcast, there have been six volumes of School Briefs. The regular manga is going to come to an end at some point, very near so now, at the time of this recording. And it sounded like it was a fun idea to see some toned down moments like in the OVAs. But then we started reading it, and the first one was just okay. They had mundane things, of course, some little funny bits, and then there's usually a chapter in each book where they have to deal with a villain or what they believe is a villain attack or training. And aside from that, the books really do stay slice of life. The problem is that the slice of life isn't all that interesting, for at least for us.
Well, I can say the first volume for me started off really good.
Yes.
It was really interesting, and that's what made me think, okay, they've got something here like Vigilantes.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. The first one was really interesting and really seems to capture the feel of the series and the feel of the main manga.
Yes.
After number one, then things start to go downhill.
Right.
Including referring to 13 as a man when 13 was a woman, and it had to be corrected several volumes later.
Right.
Because they kept referring to 13 as a man.
Right.
So I think what kind of affects this is in the beginning, after the first volume, which maybe Horikoshi actually took a look at, Yoshi doesn't take the time to get the character personalities, traits, the feel of the story itself, the ambiance of My Hero Academia. It doesn't seem to capture it.
Unfortunately, yes. And it's a shame because there were times where it did well and other times it didn't. Like the best book I think was number 2 or 3, where it really felt like you're reading MHA, just not with pictures. And especially when she had the fantasy chapters, the bonus at the end of the book.
That was the best thing.
Right.
Out of all these volumes, I absolutely love the fantasy, and there should have been an entire book series.
Yes.
Just
and
on
she
the
should have wrote,
fantasy.
if she had written that one definitely went popular because a lot of people love the UA fantasy.
And what was really weird is Yoshi captured the characters' personalities and everything within that fantasy world. So how was it done then, but not in the rest of the volumes, in the regular part of the series?
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen the fantasy, well, you've seen the pictures everywhere, but if you haven't read it, it's so good.
Right.
And there should be books on that. Even some episodes, like a very short, maybe a 5 or 6 episode series of just the fantasy element with Yoshi writing it would have been spectacular.
Yes, definitely. And there were times in the books where, like you said, they really captured it and you're just really enjoying it. There's some hilarious chapters. And then the further along it goes, the less they started to feel like characters. And it felt like, for us, we could be wrong for how other people read it, they started not acting like the characters we know. They started getting more exaggerated in some of their traits. Like Deku is into heroes, and yes, he's obsessed, but now it's like it's his only trait now and no other trait.
And what I really don't like is the betrayal of my Totoro
Oh my gosh, Todoroki.
Todoroki is painted as an idiot, an
And
imbecile,
very
and he's
slow.
very slow,
Oh,
and he
wow.
never knows anything that's going on. And you know, it's lightly in the main series, but he's not an idiot. He's number 2 or 3
In the class.
Yes,
Yeah.
but in here he's just stupid. He goes and wanders in the forest by himself looking for his mother. It's like, what are you talking about?
He got hit in the face with the ball easily because he didn't pay attention when he was with his family. It is so weird how, and then of course you know Mineta they're gonna treat like garbage anyway. So.
And that happens to several characters, including Tenya. Everyone's
Right,
an
too
extreme of
uptight.
themselves, and you just don't care for it. The second thing that's off-putting is that clearly Yoshi favors Class B, and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. But she, is it a she?
Yes, it's a woman.
Yoshi, what's the word I'm looking for? Sacrifices Class A for Class B's
A
benefit.
lot.
And there's one chapter where a play is done.
Oh my gosh!
60 pages about Class B doing a play. And it's 60 pages of nothing. Monoma is the main character, and he just talks and talks and talks and talks for 60 pages. I kid you not. And Rascal's laughing because she's going to tell you what I said. I was so frustrated I didn't even want to read the rest of it.
I had to read it to her. And yes, the whole thing is like, okay, you saw Class A do the performance of Hero 2. It's like, well, what if you got to see Class B's play? Weren't you curious? Sort of, but I didn't want to see the whole thing. Well, you get to read the whole thing, and the whole thing is just all of them in the play, all the stuff they ripped off, all the little technical difficulties, and trying to make things work. And in the end, she keeps trying to build up Class B is exactly like Class A. Like, yeah, they're the underdogs. They may not be as important as A, but they still have each other's back. They still get the job done. They're still like families. Like, we understand that. The whole joke is it's Class B.
Right.
And that's it. But it seems like a lot of people take this more seriously. It's like, well, Class B, Class A is overrated. Class B deserves way more screen time, way more appreciation because they got lesser quirks and can do more than the Class A.
Well, clearly
It's too much.
She's a part of this, and it's so unnecessary. Because I don't think most people who watch it feel Class B is unimportant.
No.
You just favor Class A, and they are the main characters in the ongoing saga.
Right.
And it's 60 pages. When I say 60 pages, I literally mean 60 pages of nothing. The third thing is Yoshi definitely has ships that she wants to see.
Right.
And she alludes to a lot of them in here. They are not canonical. Some of them don't make any sense.
Right.
But in her world, in these books, her ships are canon, and they're not canon. And some of them, again, don't make sense. And there's too much time spent on them. So it's almost like she decided to create a world of her own based on these characters.
Yeah.
And not concerned at all that they're not accurate.
Yeah, and it's so weird because it was such an improvement. Books 1 was actually not bad. Book 2 was okay. Book 3 was a vast improvement. Everyone was in character. We loved the fantasy chapter. There was an understanding they had grown at the timeline of the books they were taking place. It was great. Then it gets to 4 and 5 and 6, and then it just completely shut all the development off the window. Bakugo is just angry. He is
all the time.
He's all
no character growth,
right.
development.
He's like season 1 all the time now, and he uses even worse foul language than the anime. He used blasphemous words that he never says in the main story. It's
and
like,
he's lost some brain cells.
yeah, it's just like he devotes his time. He never wants to be bothered. He can hit Deku and hurt him. He does. He says swearings all the time. He's just a foul mouth, a bully gangster, and it's like, oh, well, he's still a hero. It's like you're acting like you're saying something with this. It's like, we know this is not who he is. Sorry.
And you sum it up. I think Yoshi is saying what she wants to say, and that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the facts or canon or Koshi or anything else. She's writing the world that she wants to see. It's her fanfic. And I
Pretty
think
much.
if it were online and that's what it was marketed as, and what did you call it in Japanese?
Dojishin?
Yeah. If it was marketed as that, then it would be okay.
Right.
You would know.
You're like,
But
okay,
it's
fine.
not marketed as that. It's marketed as letting you know what goes on behind the scenes when they're not being heroes. Well,
Right.
no, it's not. It's her fantasy, her version. And for me, I'm not really a fan of it.
Me
And that's
either.
unfortunate because after Vigilantes and reading it,
Right.
it's so fantastic. I just knew in my mind this is going to be fantastic too.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, it isn't.
And last thing I want to bring up is that when it gets to further into the stories and it's catching up to the events of the anime and manga, it's getting into the war parts and stuff, we understand it's going to have some more comedy and levity in there because you need it to balance out the action. There's also an overuse of some of the Class 1A girls and Eri.
Yes.
And there's no problem. I understand people want to see more of the girls and she deliver. But the girls' chapters, unfortunately for us, they're very
lackluster.
Yes, and
it's to me an insult to these characters.
Right. They went from all interesting in the anime, despite what people comment on, to they're just doing typical girl things, and the crushes, they have no actual crushes because they're like anybody in their class.
But
all
Endeavor, the way
Endeavor's
she's
hot.
written,
Like
Endeavor
what?
is the one they all want.
What's
But
like,
you know, if you watch an anime or read the manga, it makes no sense.
Right.
They would not be crushing on him. They would
Or-
be crushing on guys.
Right. If they want a pro hero, they go for Endeavor. If they want a class member, they said they'd rather have Dark Shadow, and Dark Shadow's not only have part of Tokoyami, but he's written like he's a 5-year-old child they gotta keep coddling when that's not who he is in the main one. And then with Eri's just used to get cute points. Unfortunately, she just kind of doesn't do anything. She just is there for everyone to go, oh, she's so cute, must be protected at all costs. And it's like, we understand, yes, she's adorable, but she was having growth. She's only used just to get cute points.
Right. So, for us, we've read the 6 volumes that are out. I don't plan on continuing. I would rather put my energies elsewhere. But if you've read My Hero Academia School Briefs, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with our points or not? We're really interested in knowing what you think. If you haven't read it, well, if you're just looking for something MHA connected and you want to check it out, go ahead.
Right, like we do.
recommend check out volumes 1 and volumes 3 and skip the rest. But if you want to go ahead and see 60 chapters of nothing, or just one storyline, go ahead, check it out, come back, tell us what you think.
Right, and if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and reviews for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for subscribing, for joining us every podcast, and for sharing our videos. It helps out our channel a lot. Thank you so much. And no, you are always our special.
Thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And I'm on Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting flashing like